you've ever felt like the third wheel, this podcast is for you.
If you love Wheel of Time, this podcast is for you.
If you're bored and have nothing better to do, this podcast is for you.
Join Rob,
Megan,
And Jen.
in celebrating the Wheel of Time
And its statistically best fandom.
and ridiculous gaming skills,
and probably a few cocktails.
and find out which one of them will be the third wheel this time.
This is three-wheeling. Hey, everybody!
Hello!
I love the level of perkiness. It's so good. How's everyone doing?
Great!
Yeah? It's been 3
2
weeks.
days of school this upcoming week, and then turkey time.
Oh, yeah, it's turkey time over there, isn't it, next week?
Yep.
And LA Unified actually takes the whole week off, which is good
Oh,
because
nice.
it gives us a chance for kids to catch up on their missing assignments. So it's going to be a whole bunch of work for us this week, but from home and nice and relaxed. And we've just had a week and a half of rain.
Oh,
It's
gosh.
beautiful here. Yeah, somehow my house is still standing.
Yay!
Yeah, I remember when we first started this, you were like, oh, roof issues and rain.
Yeah.
And, you know, yeah.
Yeah, and we have a new roof, and it feels really good. So we still have a couple, these two windows, the ones in this room that still have blue tape on them, that are new, that are brand new, that still leak. That's
Oh.
a thing.
Gosh.
Yeah, but then and our big picture window downstairs leaks a little bit, but last night I was like, or the other day, yesterday in the rain. It was pouring rain yesterday morning, and we used to have this like somehow this weird roof leak that like we have a little turret in the front of the house, and like on top of the turret is where it came in, and the water would just find
Just
its
say
way
you
down.
live in a castle.
It's a castle.
Yeah.
It's not a castle. It's a
Jen lives in
Spanish
an
survival. It's not a
LA
castle.
castle, so yeah, I see this, yeah.
Yeah. But it would like find its way in and leak in the middle of our staircase. Like there were no hole. Like we're like, where's the water coming from? It's not even on the edge of the house. And so you'd like, just like drip on the stairs. It was I was
gosh.
just like, oh, the stairs are dry. I'm not panicked about taking all of our pictures off the walls. And
That's nice.
anyway, so it does feel
Yay.
good.
Good.
I'm
It's nice.
super jittery in my screen. Am I jittery to you guys?
No, you're good.
Okay, good. Because this is a weird thing. The new version of Riverside sometimes does this, I think.
I mean, sometimes the video pixelates a little bit and such, but,
Okay.
it records locally, so the video that I actually shared
that's true.
doesn't actually go up pixelated. It's fine. And Meg is just, she lives in a dungeon, so it's fine.
Megan, I like your Egwene braids this morning.
Well,
Yeah.
I just didn't have time to dry my hair, and we're going to be
I
out
know.
raking, so I'll probably be wearing a hat, and pigtails go nicely with a knit hat. So
Yes,
what
they
I
do.
did.
It's
Very cute.
adorable. I just would like some red ribbons, please.
Red
Because
ribbons.
you're my little baby sister. And so you can be a little red ribboned baby Aiel.
Little red ribbon baby.
I didn't realize red ribbons signified babies, but okay, learning things.
Yeah, because Egwene
no,
has
from
to
the
wear red
Egwene.
ribbons in her hair when she was acting like a child, and the wise ones made her do that.
That is true, yes. No, yes, you have reminded. And I listened to that bit in the books like last week or something when I was going to sleep. Yeah. Like, honestly,
And
it
Sherbs
came
is
up.
right. We don't do pink ribbons.
No,
That's
no.
frowned upon.
No
Yes.
pink ribbons on this podcast. So, unless they have nothing to do with Wheel of Time, in which case we're not talking about them anyway. So,
Right.
But yeah. So it's been 3 weeks. It felt
know.
weird.
Yeah. It feels like it's been forever. It
Yeah.
feels like, honestly, it feels like it's been forever. I've been missing you guys so much.
Which
Yeah,
gave me time to listen to all of our old episodes and take proper notes.
Wow, now I feel shamed as
Get
well.
the
Jen.
bucket. Just get the bucket.
Is this the shame episode?
Shame. Shame.
Yes.
Wow.
That's all right. I need it. We may have a brief visitor popping in just because I did not make my coffee. So
Oh.
David is making me a latte, and he may
Very
just
Well, I mean, if he
Or-
goes the whole recording and doesn't bring you coffee, there was not much point in him making you a coffee.
Then
was
there
so-
will be
No.
more
Oh, shame. Oh my God.
shame. Shame. I'm just going to leave this right here because I think it's just
Yeah,
going to
just
come
keep it
out a lot
close.
today. This
Keep
is
it
going to be
close.
the theme for today.
It is, and I feel like we already have an episode title, which is The Bucket of Shame, which is not fair, considering we have much bigger things to talk about than The Bucket of Shame. But it feels like...
Can we just put Sony and Amazon in the bucket of shame, please? You know?
Yes.
Shame. Shame. I'm gonna have a lot of fun. And just as the drinks keep coming, I'm gonna have
The
even
drinks
more fun.
keep coming. All right. Well, you know, I am very curious to ask Jen. I don't know if you are, but I think we need to find out what's Meg drinking.
So we're getting into the holiday season, and I just say, as soon as Leia's birthday is over and Halloween's over, it's full on holiday season in my house. So I'm gonna try to kind of, for our next episodes up through the holidays, I'll do like holiday themed drinks. So this is a Merry Bel Tine.
A Merry Bel Tine. Okay.
And then I have to try to like pull the camera because I did this really fun thing.
Oh,
Can you
cute.
see?
Yes.
Yeah, so I did the bitters on top of the egg white foam and then drug a pick through it.
Yes.
So for those listening, and there are like 4 drops on top of the cocktail, and Meg has run a toothpick through them to like drag them down like they're little hearts, and they all connect to each other. It's super cute.
Yeah.
So adorable.
You'll see in the picture.
Yes.
I love
I
it.
made sure that you could see that in the photo for sure.
Nice.
So the recipe on this one is in a cocktail shaker without ice, because of course there's egg whites in it. Pour 2 ounces of Empress 1908 Indigo gin, 2 ounces of chai concentrate, 1 ounce of lemon juice, half an ounce of grenadine, 1 ounce of egg white, dry shake until foamy, then add ice, shake till cold, double strain into a coupe glass, and then garnish 4 drops. And then I had those cardamom bitters from the spiced parent, so I put those on top and then drug the pick through it. So
nice.
Cheers! And so I actually got this recipe from the Empress 1908 website. So
this podcast is sponsored by Empress 19. No, it's not. But you know, Empress, if you want to, yeah, you're welcome.
I would be so happy. They're my favorite
very
gins.
happy.
I love them.
Yes.
Well, we'll make sure to tag them in the reel. You know?
I will. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So
Lifeline and Fool says, or if you're Rocky Balboa, just egg yolk.
or just
Yeah. Just make it with the egg yolks.
No thanks.
Is he doing the Gaston thing where he's juggling them and then just swallowing the eggs? You know, he's just like shells and all, you know, like it's good calcium.
Yep.
I realized that you know, get the bucket out. I forgot to go get a stout. However,
Yep.
However, I did remember that I have a bunch of porters and stouts and things in my fridge.
Nice.
That we got from a beer subscription that Kayla had for a while. This is a Baltic Porter. Himmeln Brig? I don't know. H-I-M.
Himalayan?
No, H-I-M-E-L... Sorry. Himlenbryg.
Ooh, is that Welsh?
I don't know. That's
The
obviously mirrored.
Himlenbrig.
Oh, it's Baltic.
Himmeln
obviously,
Brig?
right?
I don't
You
know.
said Baltic.
Himlenbrig.
So,
Cool.
yeah, it is imported into the UK, so interesting.
From where?
But it is, it doesn't say where.
You said
from.
Baltic?
Baltic.
But yeah, from one of the Baltic places, obviously. But it didn't say exactly where, it just says Baltic Porter. And it's a very groovy can, which I'm showing there for the patrons on the video.
Fun.
Yeah, really fun can, like no branding and that sort of stuff, really.
Yeah.
These have sat around for a while, and shall we say that this is not in its prime anymore, so we'll just say that. But here's your ASMR, and we'll find out how prime or unprime this is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it sounded good. Mm-hmm. Sounded good.
Yeah. And I'm sure that tasted great. I'm sure that tasted great originally, but unfortunately, it does pass its prime. That's true.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not. It's like blindfold. It's not Amazon Prime. Sorry. Yeah, it's got a tang on the end of it that I don't think is meant to be there based on the initial taste of it. So
you're gonna set that aside and not drink it?
I mean, yeah, that's I don't feel I should be drinking beer that's not good.
Okay,
Yeah, that
just
feels.
making sure you're not gonna do that. Okay, I don't want you sick.
No. So, but I have a giant cup of tea, so I'm just gonna play the British
nice.
cut. This is a very large cup of tea. This is the the extra. So like, here's a regular size mug for some comparison. This is based on me already having a big.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's like a Central Perks size mug. From
It
Friends.
is actually for those watching at home. It actually comes from a brand. This way, there we go. You might recognize the brand that comes from.
Starbucks.
Well, I wasn't going to say the word,
Oh,
but yeah.
sorry. Bleep. Just bleep that
Bleep.
out. Okay.
Keep that out.
No, I'll get a clip of the ding and we'll just ding it out with the shame parts.
That's right. Ding. Please do. I don't know where they. I feel bad. I didn't actually pay attention to where they landed because they haven't been negotiating with their union. They've been jerks, and so last week is what they call Red Cup Day, which honestly I didn't even know what Red Cup Day was. Like you go in and you get
the holiday cups.
They do. You get a free red mug that you can refill all year. Apparently.
Oh. What?
Yeah,
It costs you
and
like
so it's like-
$50 or something?
Maybe, or maybe it's just if you, I think they only do it one day. So I think it's a promo. It's like if you come in and buy a coffee today, we give you the mug that you can then use to refill all season.
So buy a coffee today and then get free coffees.
No, you don't get free coffees. You later just get a discount.
Right.
You just get a discount with your mug, I think, past that. But,
all right, that makes
but
sense.
anyway, it's their biggest promo. And so last week, because it was Red Cup Day, all the employees decided to like stage a walkout that day, like because it's Red Cup Day. And so and so I happened to be going across town to West Hollywood, and I hadn't had a coffee yet, and I needed a coffee before I was going. And I was like, well, I'm not going to Starbucks today because I'm not going to cross the picket line. So I like Googled a little coffee shop, and I found this little cute place called Drip and something. And I was like, that sounds cute. And like they had breakfast as well, and I wanted breakfast. And so it was like, I'll go to this place because, and then I was like, oh, it's going to be a really long wait because no one's going to Starbucks. Every other coffee shop is going to be just completely
Busy.
full.
Yeah.
I walked in, it was empty.
Oh no.
It was empty. We should bleep out the name of it too, because I'm about to say it was the worst coffee and not great breakfast that I'd ever had.
Maybe
and like,
that's why it's empty.
Nobody came in. I should have just known when I walked in and it was empty. I should have just like walked right back out.
Yeah, when a coffee shop is empty on a giant chain coffee strike day, you know that's still not good coffee.
Yeah.
So wow.
Anyway, but the people were nice.
Well, I had a lovely coffee shop experience in Prague. I did go to a Starbucks once because I just couldn't find anything nearby and I needed somewhere to set up station for the morning. But I did go to a couple of really cute coffee shops while I was in Prague. So, there is hope for coffee out there.
I love our local coffee shop, the Apothecary in Farmington Hills. It's very good, very sweet.
It is very good. I like your local coffee shop as well.
Yeah, I'm picky about like the brands I go to, like if I'm going to go to a chain store. But I always try and find little coffee shops that I like to go to, like. This is where I want to go for a primo cup of coffee type thing. If I'm like, I'm doing things and I want a cup of coffee, that I like and can trust, there are a couple brands that I will go to for that. But, I was like, otherwise, no, I'm going to go to my nice fancy places. So live chat is, okay, transition over. Let's see the costumes. What costumes? We're all wearing our merch. I don't know what you're talking about.
We haven't even mentioned anything. Here we go.
Look at us. Yeah. Look at us looking beautiful. One day we're all just going to turn up in each other's t-shirts and really confuse the fuck out of everyone.
Yes, please.
And they'll be like,
yes,
how did they do that? They don't even live in the same places, But I went to Prague. What do you want to know? Like, I've talked about this a few times.
A few times.
Yeah.
So you were there opening day, correct?
Technically, yes, but we didn't go in opening day.
Okay, so explain.
So there was a group of like 6 of us or so that were going to Prague for the weekend. And that eventually grew to about 10 or so based on other people that came in later, or not came in later, but like we added to the group later because we found out they were coming at the same time. And a couple folks that were going to be there. Like Maureen, a lady who goes by Maureen, lives in Prague. So she just came and met us with her friend type thing. So, there was probably about 10 of us in total. But the group of us traveling, most of us didn't arrive until... some point late afternoon, early evening. In the case of Tammy and Neil, they didn't get in until like 11:30 at night. So technically we were all there on the Friday, but because of the staggered arrivals and such like that, we didn't book to go in on the Friday. Plus, it was like I later found out it was like a press night, so we wouldn't have gotten in anyway. I don't think. The line of 4 were. I'm going to show this on screen. Whether people looking in the windows drawn in by the costumes or Rob shimmying between them and the window to get pictures.
What is that guy doing? We should all look.
Yes. Yeah, I was shimmying between I was like squeezing between the window and the thing to get costumes. But no, we went in on the Saturday afternoon at like 2:00 or something like that and spent a couple hours. And it's just so good. It was.
And was Lorne Valve's soundtrack playing throughout too?
No, so they didn't play Lorne's soundtrack. They picked just like a different music. You can hear it in the background. I had to run it through a filter, which I knew would work fine anyway. But I ran the interviews I did with Sharon and Ceara through a filter. But you can still hear the music in the background just to like pump up their voices, so you can hear them over the music clearly without having to struggle. But if you listen carefully, the music playing in the background of those is they had this like long, I feel like it was like a 10-15 minute piece that just kind of played on a long loop. It was quite, it was like a little ethereal in nature, quite dramatic in a couple places for background music in a gallery. But yeah, it wasn't Wheel of Time music playing.
That's unfortunate. But yeah, they probably couldn't get the copyright to it.
I mean, it might be a copyright thing. It might be it didn't fit with the vibe Sharon was going for. You know, maybe because Lauren's pieces are all designed for what's appearing on screen.
Right.
You know,
and they're intense.
And they're intense in a lot of ways. So, I think Sharon was going for a different vibe when she put this exhibition together. So, but yeah, so Saturday we went in and that was wonderful. Here's a fun story. I haven't really shared this because I was saving it for here. So while we were in, so there's like 4 smaller rooms you go. Well, I mean, the very first entrance lobbyway in the big 2 windows there is Ada Hawkins' armor and Elida's Amelin outfit just in the windows, and they're very
that you can see from outside, correct?
You can see from outside, yes, and people were staring at them and were just like wowing and taking photos and stopping and staring and I did actually see a group come in whilst we were stood inside. They sort of came up and looked. They were like, wow, looking at this and looking at that. And they came in and asked, and they brought tickets and then went around the exhibition.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
So
that's great.
So you could buy tickets at
You can buy tickets
door.
there and then. Yes, you can buy tickets there and then. So the flexi tickets are 400 crowns because obviously it's flexible, go anytime. And then if you buy a specific time slot or turn up in person to buy them, the standard ticket is 350 because obviously you're buying for then and there. So, but yeah, like people were coming in. I think, what did Holger say? I think they had like 100 walk-ins on the Friday or something like that, which they didn't expect.
Right.
So yeah, like people are seeing it and just turning up.
That's awesome. I mean, but it was so well, like the posters wrapped outside and stuff like that. Like it was really, I mean, I would have been like, what is that? And I am there walking by.
When you go past outside, you
Yeah.
absolutely do see the posters on the building and the dates and such. It's very visual, and it's also that part of Prague, not that Prague anywhere really, let's be honest, but it's not like commercial, like billboards everywhere. It's not like that. In fact, now that I've said that, I don't think I've ever seen a billboard in Prague. Just not that kind of city.
Sounds heavenly.
It's very nice. I'm like, yes.
Very opposite of Los Angeles.
You're not advertised to
one.
on every corner. There's one outside your window. Yeah, you're not advertised to on every corner of every street and things like that. So it does stand out in that way because it's so high-end couture fashion, and it is just it's the only building on that part of the riverfront. It's actually on the river as opposed to the other side where like the street it is, you can just walk alongside the river. Then like there's occasionally buildings, but this is like a building by itself type thing. So it's very beautiful. So yeah, that's there. The 7 different ajoules are there in the hallway as well. And then you go through like 4 little rooms, which are the first 3 are different cultures. So you've got like Kyrien, then you've got the Threefold Lands, and then you've got Andor. And then you go into like the 4th room, and it's a whole selection of previs artwork for the initial versions of costumes. And some that you see made it to the show, and some you see did not make it to the show. Like there's one, the White Cloaks, it reminds you, it's very, how do I say this without saying it? we know who the White Cloaks feel like they're based upon, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it gave very, very strong vibes of their favorite choice of outfit when they were doing their favorite activities. Yes, it gave very strong vibes of that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they saw that and were like, maybe a little too far.
Maybe too far.
Maybe a little too on the nose.
A little too, yes, it's very on the nose. It's very beautifully done.
A little too on the hood. Wait, what?
Yeah, a little too on the hood, yeah. It's very beautifully done. It's great. You know, I was very impressed with the work that's put into it. Because if you gave someone a rundown, an artist say like, this is the group and this is their vibe and this is what they go for and this is kind of who they're based upon, you know, I can absolutely see why you would make that, but you know, then you'd be like, we'll turn that down for a visual experience.
I have a technical question. Mm-hmm. Were the concept designs and drawings on that? Because I know Sharon has said she has all of hers. Were any of them Isis?
No, this was all Sharon's.
It's all Sharon's costumes too, right? None of Isis's costumes were in the show,
right? Except for the season 1, they revisited.
Bolero.
Yeah, but they revisited her season 1 outfit for later seasons, and so that version, and it's titled as a season 1. Revisit. Your coffee has arrived. I love this.
Thank you, David.
Hi,
Everybody says hi. Everybody says hi.
Hi. We're waving. Like her revisited outfit was on display at Moraine's stand. Okay. So, got it. It was really, really cute. And so there's like the first little 4 rooms, and then you get into the big gallery section, which has those wildly high ceilings and a giant skylight that covers the entire main room. Which you
need for the Shan Chan costumes, right?
Well, kinda. So Sharon actually didn't want to have the large room is split into 2. And sets of displays, we've got like the main protagonist, main antagonists, being the Shan Chan, facing off against each other from 2 sides of the room, and then other sides of the room you've got Moraine's, outfits versus Offlander's outfits, and in the center, just being wild cards, in my opinion, you've got Valda, Jeff from Bornhold, and Uno in a little display just by themselves.
Wow.
Very, very cute. Can't believe I just described them as cute, but, it works. And then, the next, that's 2/3 of the room, and then 1/3 of the room is the White Tower versus the Forsaken. And it's very dramatic, but it's not what Sharon wanted to do. Really. So everybody was meant to kind of have their own room, like those first initial rooms. However, putting up the scaffolding and blacking out the enormous, and I do mean enormous skylight that covered that entire room, that is a very large room, was a rather large sum of money, I believe. Sharon's just it was not financially something that fit that we could do. Yeah. So they kind of redesigned the second half of the exhibit to be everyone facing off against who their main. So you got Moraine and Lanfear facing off. You got the heroes and the Shan Chan facing off. You've got. Did someone's sound just change?
I did hear everybody got hotter and brighter to me, but
it's been doing that, and I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Not this episode, but in past episodes, it's done that before.
Right. Yeah. It's taming. Yeah. It's tamed back now. Okay. I'm sure it will filter out. Anyway, and then you've got the last room. You've got the White Tower facing off against the Forsaken. So, it works really, really well. I'm glad because I couldn't have interviewed anyone in front of the costumes had those lights not been there, because we tried to do a little room with Sharon and it was just too dark for my camera because I don't have a light attachment for it. But yeah, like Blindfold's just been in chat, it was kind of a happy accident that's worked out that way. It's still very dramatic. It's a lot of... It's just... My God, the details you see. And the details that still come from even the set designers. It's... I don't know if I've told this story, actually. I can't remember who I was chatting to at the time, but they were talking about how... And there's 2 Andres that work both in set design, which is just hilarious. And they're not random guys in set design. They're the 2 guys that run set design are both named Andre. It's it doesn't get confusing, but someone was telling me how detailed they like to get when they do the set design. The cupboards and the drawers are full of things that fit in the world.
That you'll never see
you'll never see because they don't open them.
Right.
So that's where.
But they might.
They might.
And here's the thing. So is both on the filmmaking side and on the acting side, as an actor, that's necessary. I need to know that I'm not looking at a chest of drawers that's completely empty. if it's supposed to be somebody's room. You know, like there is something about that is just so special and so meaningful for a person trying to, a 2025 person trying to immerse themselves in a different world. There's something so meaningful about that. But David and I also talk about that too, in terms of set design and in terms of that level of detail. It makes a difference, and it makes a difference for the viewer too. It really does. I mean, it's like watching somebody pick up an empty cup and drink out of it, you know, and they're like, you're asking an actor to try to like recreate the weight of liquid in the cup, you know. It doesn't have to be the alcohol if they're drinking alcohol or whatever, but there's just like I hate fake outs.
You'll lift it faster if there's not stuff in it.
Yeah,
like just naturally.
And you handle it differently. Like coming towards my face, I'm like, this is really full. And so I'm being really careful that I don't like slosh it over in this moment. And then when it's more empty, I'm going to tip it higher. I mean, there's just whatever.
Yeah. Or when you see them like when they take that sip and it's just like there is liquid in there, but they don't actually want to take a drink. So they do that fake like sip thing and then have to fake swallow, and it's, you know, things like that, which probably comes from too many takes, if I'm honest. That would be my guess. But still, like it kind of you know, ruins the magic for the moment, you know.
Yeah. I mean, and there are spit buckets and things. I mean, I used to do commercial work, and we had this phrase that my acting coach and very good friend John Howard Swain would say, which was smile when you bite the hero. Wait, eyes open and smile when you bite the hero, which sounds really dirty, but you know, like when you bite into a sandwich, you're actually smiling while you bite into the sandwich because you're enjoying it, and you keep your eyes open. You know, like the closing it can get too sexual for one level, but you're also like trying to communicate.
I'll have what she's having.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's
But you're trying
that
to communicate.
sandwich? Is that a Bjorn sandwich?
Is beyond.
I want a Bjorn sandwich.
And you're trying, and you have to swallow because like people go like,
and now
then
we're
they don't
talking
swallow.
about swallowing it.
I know.
Look, well, Megan, you're the one who always brings us down, so it's fine.
Yes.
Shame on me.
Sorry, who was the one who put in the, like, now I feel, I can't even remember the phrase, but I know it was, like, wildly, like, I basically really turned on comment when Bjorn first did the voiceover for Three Thought Talk.
I think it was me.
It was Megan.
Yes, it was.
It was Megan said, "Oh, I feel a little dirty." Yeah, you did.
Yes, I feel dirty. Yeah, this is true. So, no, it is good. Like, you know, the details are in there. How was I even getting onto that? I mean, that's how half of Moggy's destroying clothing and like half of that. They're like, we just need to get some outtakes of Moggy doing crazy stuff, and like they just open the cupboards and were like, oh yeah, sweet, there's stuff here. You know, like they knew there would be. One of the I'm pretty sure it's the mirror stand in the first room, the carrier room. That has like a drawer in it, and Sharon
with
told
her
me this.
weed, right?
There's Sharon's stuff. Sharon told me there's stuff in that drawer because she was moving a chair. It's like, it's so heavy. I'm like, I'm not surprised. Andre does things for real. Like, aren't all the cupboards full of things? And she's like, yeah, something in here has a drawer and there's stuff in it from the set, you know? And I was like, oh my God. Don't tell people that.
I was going to say, like, how hard would it be not to, like, just pilfer some of that? You know what I mean? Like, nobody's going to miss it.
You mean as an actor?
Yeah.
Just there's people going to the exhibition, you mean? So, it's
so great.
It's really... I can't remember
no
how
one
we got
going
into
to the
set design.
exhibition steal anything. I want to put this out there. We are not
condoning
suggesting
theft in any way.
We do not condone theft. No, it's absolutely. So, Light Blind Fool, we get pictures of that. Well, I'm not going back to the exhibition, sadly, so I can't get photos of that. If I had permission to do so.
We can get Laura on it.
Yeah, maybe we get Laura on it. So, but yeah, I can't remember how we got on talking about set design and stuff, but...
So I have a question. So I noticed there were numbers next to every costume. Were you then given like a pamphlet when you walked in that then had a description for everything, or how does that work? Yeah,
there's a sign on the walls which lists... I mean, if people... if I could afford to go back... Like, sorry to distract. Like Blind Fool just put a comment in chat. Did Rob just imply he'd go back if he got permission on it? I don't need permission to go back. Just we'll say that first off. But I cannot financially afford to go back. So if people want to fundraise for me to go back or something like that, or send me the money, then permission for the draw. Okay, I mean, I'm sure Sharon would be like, yeah, Rob, let's go look. Yeah, that's fine. I'm sure she'd say that's fine. It's not an issue. Like, she trusted me in a room with the costumes alone when she went to get the travel boxes after WhatCon. So I feel like I'm Anyway,
you're a trusted source. Yes.
I feel, I could have that position. Anyway, what was I saying? You asked me about the numbers. Yes. So on the wall was a brief description of, so for example, the Kyrian room had like brief description of Kyrian stuff. The one next to heroes, one next to, the Forsaken, so on and so forth. There was a small brief description on a printed board. And then there was another board that had the numbers, and next to that was their name of which character the costume related to. And then there was a QR code which you could scan. It would take you to a page that gave you a little bit more information about the character and a little bit of information about like the process of, this is made from this type of printing or this type of stitching or, combination of these fabrics. And this was in the big sort of like Kyrian description, it described how, they use these different cultural references to make up the Kyrian colors. Okay. Things like that. So that's what they were related to. Okay.
Did those character descriptions come from somewhere?
They came from a combination of folks, myself, Koala, Melindra. Let me make sure I don't miss anybody now.
Sorry, now I put you on the spot.
Yeah, you have put me on the spot because where's the list for that?
We can edit out the time between your question and the answer.
Yeah, so there was myself, Melindra, Fardas, my grandma, Beth, Koala, Lesbi Nerdy did a few, Pavara popped in a few, and Roof Mistress Leia helped out with like just checking into it. She did a few, but also checked a few for us as well. And then Mel and Koala did, because Koala and I did like the initial set, but then Sharon basically doubled her numbers, so we got more people in. And she like Koala and Mel did a lot of like the spell checking and things like that. So there are actually a few spelling mistakes that they chose not to use because the PR company that made them kind of combined what we gave them in the initial list from Sharon, and there were some spelling mistakes in there, and they stuck. Yeah. So Maxim in the exhibition is not Maksim, it's Maxim. And on there is Anavei rather than Anvaei. So things like that. But that's what they all relate to. And, hopefully it goes on tour and then I can be like, can you give me access to actually fix those pages for you, please? Not that the pages are broken. Like, they made their own versions and then took all the information we gave them and kind of like distilled it a bit. Because, shockingly, we were too verbose for them. Shocked by that. But yeah, like it was a group of fans to put that information or the seed of that information together. Which is really nice.
That's so amazing. Thank you for your service, fans.
Yes, for the
community.
I honestly, so there was a small part where I was building web pages for it, and then there was like a miscommunication. I was told it was needed, and then when we sent it all over, it was like, we don't actually need the web pages, but we'll use the information. So I only wrote maybe 6 or 7 of them because there were some late curveballs of what was going to be in the exhibition we didn't know about. So I wrote those last minute ones as well as a couple I did previous. But I mostly made the pages that just are not in use.
Didn't get used.
I didn't get used. So most of the huge amount of thanks goes to Koala, Mel, Beth, Lesbian Nerdy, Pavara, and Leia. Because they all did the legwork, really. So, but yeah, it's really cute that those things were there, that you could scan and get more information. So I loved it.
So cool. So it's really cool.
Yeah. Any other questions?
No.
I mean, you could ask anything. I might not know the answer.
Well, I was going to say maybe talk about people that you met, but...
Yeah. And quick question about the costumes then. They did have, they had rings, right? Yes?
Yes, so a lot of the Aes Sedai had rings.
Did any of those go missing?
I mean, I don't have a count of how many rings they put on. I am going to release a a small video. I'm going to work on it over the next couple of days of like Easter eggs that we discovered from going through that you won't know are there. And it's an Easter egg such as the, for those that are at WhatCon, and I'm going to say this because I don't want to spoil the video, I'm just going to say it like this. There is the Easter egg that's for those of you... Cat! Sorry, just got attacked. For those who saw... Elida's Amelin outfit, how on the back it was missing the blue jewel that had all the other jewels. Yeah, it's Easter eggs like that, but there's so many. I think we got like 12 or something in the list. So here's one for you and the patrons that I will actually bleep out from the podcast or cut or something altogether. Yeah, this is literally just a perk for the patrons and things. You got to actually like find my video. You're getting this early in essence. So on Elaine's Forsaken outfit. She's not wearing an Aes Sedai ring, but she is wearing a ring, and that ring is a... Oh! This is just... It was, honestly, I've got, like, the coolest photo of it. It's so awesome.
Oh, my God, that's amazing.
Yeah. So
that's really cool.
Crazy details like that.
Yeah.
When they're the Forsaken, are they not wearing the sling rings when they're Forsaken?
Some of them are, yes.
Okay.
Including a couple that you wouldn't think would
Marcus
be using.
is wearing one, right?
Marcus is wearing one.
Yeah.
So apparently they can all channel as the Forsaken, apparently.
Is that... Well, I mean, you could always... Well, and that's the thing that Mirren says when we're in the way back to Rangriel.
Is everyone should be able to touch it.
You know, the true power is for everyone, so everyone should be able to touch the true power. So I'm assuming that means Perrin and Matt could be channeling the true power, even though they can't channel Saidin.
That's a good point, yeah.
I love that.
I'm so, full of great ideas.
You are great. Yes.
You are full of great ideas. Well, okay, so I have to go back to Anver for 1 second, only because has anybody... Neither of you are watching the morning show, correct?
I mean,
I've seen the first... No, don't spoil anything.
Is this a TV series? Okay, I thought you meant like the morning show, like, well, doesn't every channel have a morning show, basically, you know?
Yeah,
but,
and that is the original premise.
Gotcha, yes.
It's funny because it's the original premise of the show and like it's barely part of it anymore. But she showed up last season, I believe, or maybe in season 2. And then, no, I think last season. Anyway, Lindsay Duncan is in it.
Oh, cool.
And every time I see her, I just get warm and fuzzy.
Envers.
Yes.
I love her so much. She's so brilliant. She's so brilliant. She's so brilliant.
Which is just, again, makes me really sad, the talent that we had in the show and we couldn't see it through.
I mean,
Not yet. There has been a resurgence.
I never say die.
Save what?
Yeah. You did mention, I heard you say, like, talking about people I met. I did, while we were in the very last room of the White Tower versus the Forsaken, there was a guy who walked through that initially I didn't even think to look at. And then I looked back at him again and I was like, oh, it's Max Fisher, one of the writers from I think he was he listed as like writing assistant or general writer or something, something like that, wasn't he? Yeah. And I was like, no, I'm not going to pounce on the guy, like, you know, or anything like that. I just let him wander around, like doing the pouncing motion. And we were, you know, going around taking photos and doing all the things we were doing. And I was filming a fun one with Max, who dresses as Ishi. And you've probably seen the reel where he walks into the room and sees Ishi. That was literally the first time he saw him as well, like in person. That's awesome. That wasn't set up. Like he was still in the previous room. And I was like, can I film you walking into the next room? He's like, yes, I think I know why. Yeah. So that was the first take. That was the first take. And I was like, I love that. We're going with it. So I don't think we can do better. But anyway, a little bit, you know, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes go by. There's a lot to look at, obviously. I just sort of look across at him because he's still in the room, even though he arrived a decent chunk after us. And I sort of looked over. I was like, how is this going? Are you enjoying this? Like, how is this for you? I was like, I'll just ask a question. He's like, yeah, this is like, it's amazing. And then he's like, I know you. And he was part of the group after the season 3 premiere where Ceara like dragged a bunch of us. Sorry, Tom. Live chat is killing me right now. Where Ceara dragged a bunch of us to go say hello to a few folks, and that was when like Raimi recognized me and was just like, you know, jumped and gave me a hug and blah blah blah. Max was in that group as well. And he was just like, were you with the premiere? Were you with the group where Ceara screamed? And I was like, Yeah, I was actually. I was like, how funny that he remembers the faces. But then I think he recognized Kat as well. Yeah, and we just got to chat to him, and I didn't share this tidbit when I talked about this on 3-4 Talk earlier this week. But he was talking about what it felt like to be around everything, and he just got in. He literally just got in. Came straight to the exhibition. I don't think he'd even checked in where he was staying or anything like that. And he was just saying how emotional it was because he hadn't seen these costumes for so long. And he's like, you see this costume, you only ever see this costume generally, like in my position, when it's on a person. You know, so that costume is that person. Like, to see it just brings back moments and memories of when I saw them wearing them. And like, you know, he's looking at like Marcus's Forsaken outfit and things like that, and just talking about, the last time I saw them wearing this, like, because they were wearing this, and we were doing, like, we filmed that one morning where they were doing that scene. You barely see them and all the details, this and the other. And he's like, and then do you know what we filmed that afternoon? Like, Hamad in his scene where he's like breaking the bridge, you know, and he's just like, you know, to go, like, I just see this and I think of that day where we filmed those two things, and it's so completely different situations.
Both in the ways. Yeah,
because they're both in the ways, so you would film them all on the same day. It makes total sense. And then he gets out his phone and starts scrolling through photos and things, and he shows, I know, I was like, dude, hold on to that phone safe. Like, you've got some gold on that phone, I'm sure.
Precious.
And I'm like, he's just scrolling, and I'm trying not to just like stare at his phone, you know, to be like, and for anyone listening,
and then you secretly clone it.
Just like, let me just wave my phone over your phone for a moment. No, I would not. Not that I don't even know how I would do that, but I would not do that. Again, he's just bringing up, I think it's, and he just like, these photos pop up and disappear and you barely see where they are, but you can tell it's all the time stuff. Cool. And then literally shows me a video of Trollocs running down the runways towards, you know, Hamad's in full getup, like, and he's hammering the floor. And the lights are going and such, and then you just hear like, cut, you know, because obviously they're happy with the scene and that, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's like just amazing. Just absolutely crazy.
What a treat! So, what a treat! That's incredible. You know, it's because of the really specific places, and because Rafe and the team got so clever about what we really want for all of those Moraine flash scenes, those future forward scenes. You know, like listening to them talk about it on the show of like, we were just like, if anybody had 5 minutes of downtime, we threw them in a costume and put them in a set. You know, like, it also creates this wonderful opportunity because as a writer, usually you're there for your episode. And so you're only seeing the things that you wrote, and you might not get to see some of the amazing stuff from somebody else's episode. I mean, Rafe wrote episode 4. Everybody got to see episode 4 because it was always being filmed wherever they were filming at the moment, you know, like, because they were in the ways for 7, they were like, quick, put everybody in their costumes and throw that in. That was only going to show up in 4. So what a like super sweet treat too, to be like, what am I seeing right now? Like, this is not from anything that I wrote or got to be, you know, I mean, I know that from the writer's room, they knew what was going on, but it's just sort of an extra special treat.
Yeah. If you didn't write that episode, you're not there to see it getting made. So yeah. But you know, you didn't have to write episode 4 to see parts of that being made because, like you said, they were filming it when it fit. So it makes total sense. Like that, even though that scene was planned to be in there because obviously the costumes got concept and they're made, you know, it's still not something necessarily that you know, Max or anyone else would have seen, and because it may not have been their episode. So very very cool. That's just cool. So he was really nice, and he was just, you know, talking about like people flying in and stuff like that, and you know, seeing everyone, and he was just in for the night. He was like going out the next day. But yeah, he just chatted to us for like 15 minutes, just talking about things. It was so sweet. Yeah, so sweet. So that was Saturday. Saturday night. God, what did we do Saturday night? I think we just went out for drinks and various things. I was meant to go back and help Kathy from Dragon Mount was there. I was meant to go back and help Kathy film because she was just using her phone, and she was like, you know, I'm just going to try and like get chairs and prop it somewhere and talk to Sharon that way. And I was like, well, I'll come hold it, like, you know, like if you need a cameraman. So I was meant to pop back, but things just went so crazy that didn't happen. So we just hung out Saturday. And then Sunday, people were going home again at various times. So it just kind of like people eventually filtered out. But I don't think I told you guys this. I did tell this on Threefold Talk, but I don't think I told you till this happened. We're down to the last three of us. It was me, Sulin, and Brendan. We were having lunch across the river, probably a 15-minute walk from the gallery, at this little cafe. We were sat outside, and we were getting close to being like wrapping up. Brendan had to go get a taxi for, I think, his flight probably in about 20 minutes or so. So we were like, okay, so we'll start wrapping up. And we're literally standing up to go. And then Sulin says to me, Rob, let's Prague. And Bjorn Lamberg was fucking walking along the streets, like just 10 feet away from us. And I just
run out and attack him.
Now, because I've interacted with Bjorn enough times, like to chat and share, exchange messages and things, like getting like the voiceovers of Threefold and things like that, I did not feel uncomfortable yelling his name across the street.
Yes, good.
Bjorn! And he recognized me and he came over and talked to us. He was there with his wife. He couldn't stay long because he was literally like, my car is literally right there ready to pick us up to go to the airport type thing or get a train or whatever he was doing. But yeah, like it was just randomly, we're having, lunch, zero expectation to see anybody. Like the Death Watch guards had walked past us like half hour previous as they were going around handing out leaflets and things.
So the Death Watch guards were out like walking around the streets of Prague trying to like drum up interest. That's so cool.
Encourage people to come, yeah.
I did not know that. That's insane.
Mm-hmm. They're walking around, they're actually
God.
got specific instructions that they had to do it during daylight hours, because as soon as it like dusk hit, them walking around became
they didn't want someone to shoot
intimidating.
Them. Yeah.
And Rob, did you volunteer to be a Death Watch guard?
I mean, I would have, but like, I probably can't walk as soldierly as they can, based on my ankle and that. But I would absolutely do it if I were allowed. I was for sure happy to put on that outfit.
Jen and I both marched, so we volunteered to be Death Watch guards.
There we go. So when it comes to LA, you can go be Death Watch guards around LA. Yeah. Although I feel like it'd be less impressive in LA, because I'm sure things like that happen all the time. Whereas you don't often see people walking around with things like that in Prague. Like, I'm sure you see like fancy dress parties and things like that occasionally, but you definitely don't see couture cosplay going on. So, it was quite a thing. They walked in on us in the carrier room. We had no idea they were going around Prague. Mm-hmm. And there were four guys. It was three regular soldiers and then like one of the ones with the bigger helmet type thing, the higher rank ones. And they just walked in through the curtains when we were in the first room.
And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I happened to be filming at the time, so I was just like, I had like the GoPro and the gimbal, which was not recording. But I was recording on my phone for an Instagram story. So I was like phone in one hand, GoPro and the gimbal in the other one, just because. And I just turned around and there they were. And I just went boop on the GoPro as well. So I had both videos. Nice. I was like, I need to film this. I've seen them in person before. They shoot us out of the White Tower when I got lucky enough to go to Prague. And so for me, it was like less impactful because I just... I was like, oh, I've seen this before. It's a surprise that they're there, but I've seen this before. So that the fear and the surprise is lessened for me. But I didn't twig that I was the only one in the room who had seen that in person before. And everyone else was just like, like, oh my God. So it was really, really fun. But Bjorn just, bumped into us on the street in essence, and we chatted to him for like a minute or two tops, introduced his wife, blah, blah. And he was like, so good to finally actually meet you in person and, hope to see you again at some point. And then he went off and got in his car and it drove off and took him to a train or a flight. I know he's got back to Berlin. You can take a train for that. So,
was Sulin dead? Did Sulin just die right there on the spot?
He is. He's a big guy. We all know that. Yeah. No, he's bigger. I think he is. Like, he's 6'6", which I understand that concept of someone being 6'6". It's really, really. I knew he was that tall.
I didn't realize he was that tall.
Oh yeah, he's 6'6".
Because he's proportionally 6'6". That's the thing. Is like he looks like he's a 6 foot tall man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like he did. Meg's getting shivers. Yeah, he like
Don't pass out. Don't fall off your stool.
like I threw out my hand to like shake hands and that, and he just sort of like grabbed it and pulled me into a hug, and like kind of like enveloped me. And I'm a big guy in terms of I'm not a short man, but I'm not 6'6", but I'm also like I'm a broad guy as well. So like it takes a lot for someone to envelop me, and I felt very enveloped by him and Meg. His voice is better. His voice is better in person. what it does to you on what it does to you in recordings, just wait. I like when he left. We were like, he's so big, and that voice were kind of like our first reactions. So
of course,
like how people used to like faint when they like saw the Beatles and whatever. Like, I think that might legitimately happen to me if I met Bjorn in real life.
I understand it. People like seriously. I think if Bjorn had been born in America, he would be like Henry Cavill type status. I think the fact that he's like Germany's little secret star is what stops him being Henry Cavill level of fame. But I swear he has that effect on people. Like it was Brendan, Sula and I were all just like, wow. But yes, again, super nice guy. Like everyone's just so friendly.
Great.
Yeah,
it's so great.
Yeah.
And then who else did you get to meet?
Yeah, then Monday was, so I thought Sharon had gone home. Okay, after Brendan went, actually, I did go and catch up with, Sula and I went and caught up with Guy and Jess. We went for a few drinks and just, chatted about their experience.
Any Flaming Uno shots?
No Flaming Uno shots. Actually, we were drinking dirty martinis is what we were drinking.
Nice.
Sulan wasn't. She was on wine. But Jess was really craving a dirty martini, so we got dirty martinis. And then the guy was just like, well, I'll make them super dirty for you. And he muddled like a couple of olives into the mix.
Oh.
Yeah. And then double strained and gave us 3 olives on a skewer. So it was like, I think he called it a filthy martini. A filthy, rather than a dirty martini. That was like the upgrade, and it was good. It was good.
Yeah,
I don't like that. If you like You're just drinking the ocean. That's what it tastes like to me. It's so
well, not if the rest of the booze is at a good proportion. So
I don't know.
That's right.
So that was just great to like catch up with Guy and Jess because I haven't seen them since MalkieriCon last year, I think, is the last time I actually saw them in person. Oh, no, I caught them after the plane, so I haven't seen them since April. I saw the plane in April, so...
Can't even keep track of all the times that you caught up with them.
I go to Prague a lot, okay? I consider them friends. Like, that's just the nature of what it's been like the last few years. That's not me trying to flex. I'm just saying, like, these...
Shame!
There's no shame. I take that one back. I take that one back.
You meet people when you do things like I'm sure Jen's met people, and then
as I said, you work. You have worked hard to keep this community going and create opportunities for this community, and those are the perks, which are real, actual relationships and friendships that have come out of that. So there.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't do it for the perks, but it is lovely to meet these people and to get to know some of these people the way I have. But that was it. And Sunday was just chill. Yeah, Monday I was the only one left. Like Max had a super early flight. We didn't actually end up catching up on Sunday properly, but he had an early flight. He got on Monday, like everyone else had gone Sunday type thing. So I just got a message from Sharon. I was like, 10 o'clock in the morning on the Monday. And she's like, Robert, you're still here. And I thought Sharon had gone. I'd seen an Instagram post of her with a suitcase on the street, the Death Watch guards walking around. And I thought that was her going home on Sunday, like there for a big weekend, had to go back for something. Totally, back to France. I totally assumed that's what it was. And I was like, no, I'm still here. My flight's not till this evening. And she's like, amazing. Would you like to do an interview? I was like, I would love to do an interview. Who's going to say no to chatting with Sharon?
Right,
just hang out. I caught her for like 2 seconds when we walked past the gallery between going places. We happened to be going past it, and I saw she was in there, and I was like, hey, I'm going to pop back later and do filming for Kathy. But I just want to say hi when we're passing because you'd wanted me to say hi and we'd missed each other type thing. So, I was like, I would love to do this. She's like, great, turn up like 12:30 or whatever it was, 12. And so I headed down, and I'm sat in the lobby. There's a couple of big regal chairs in the lobby space, and another guy sat in there sort of thing. Found out later he's also waiting to interview Sharon. She's at a budget meeting or something like that, and just minding my own business. I've written questions. I've had hours of notice. I've written questions, about the exhibition to ask Sharon and things like that. And so I'm just reading my book, just chilling, and I just see this woman walk in, redhead, and I don't think anything of it. And then I sort of look up again when I hear a voice, and I'm just like, that's Elaine's voice. And it was like, I just saw a woman walk in with red hair, and, I was so just like clocked out. The press night had happened on Friday. The cast and crew get together, which was predominantly crew anyway because of schedules and logistics. That was Saturday. Here we are Monday morning. I'm sat here waiting to interview Sharon, who I already thought had left as well. I was like, why would I expect Ceara Coveney to walk in, so my brain didn't even think about that. Yeah. And I just heard the voice, and literally in my group chat from everyone, I was like, oh my God, Ceara just walked in, but on the outside, I'm just like, chill, just like,
be cool.
Just reading my book. Oh, I'll just like put the book to one side and get out my phone and just like, I'm not taking a photo because that would feels creepy. But I'm just, sending a text on my phone, and I'm just like, read my book. And I was like, yeah, let's Ceara fucking Coveney. Okay, cool. And off she goes. And, the group chat is like, Rob, you should go around, just accidentally bump into her. And I was like, they had told me I could go back.
Cute.
Yeah, meet cute.
You fell into the palace gardens.
Yes, you fell into the palace gardens.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yes.
Well, they were like, you should go not chase her down, but like, you should go like be in the Andor room when she's in there and be like, they didn't include the best person, which is the princess. What a shame, Or like, go find her when she stood in front of one of her own outfits and just be like, I hear the actress who played her is really good, and just do something like that. I was like, all those stupid things everyone jokes about. Right. We're doing that. We're fans,
Yeah.
And I thought nothing more of it. I was like, maybe if she comes out before Sharon turns up, I can be like, hi, I'd like to introduce myself, Rob, whatever. And like, if Sharon turns up, I'm actually going to mention to be like, hey, did you know Ceara's here? And Sharon did turn up probably 20 minutes or so later. She was late, the meeting ran long. I was like, I've been there saying, do not worry, you are fine. Like, we've been chatting. And she goes, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. But Ceara should be coming. Like, I've arranged for you to do an interview with Ceara, and with Ceara, and I just said to her, I was like, shut up. Sorry, I was thinking shut up. The same sentence. I was like, shut up. No, you didn't. And she's like, yeah, like, why not? She's here. And I was like, Sharon, I was like, what, now? And she's like, yeah, like, why not?
Like, I'm not prepared.
I was like, okay, yes. Thank you.
I feel like she knew that going in, and she was like, "I'm going to surprise Rob with this amazing opportunity to interview somebody."
And kind of prankish as well, a little
yes.
bit. There's a little bit of like cheekiness with it. I feel like.
Sure.
She told me after because like she went and the German guy that was interviewing her as well. He had to go before I did. We quickly worked that out. So I was like, right, you interview Sharon first, and like this gives me time to write questions for Ceara, so like I can prepare for talking to Ceara type thing. I'll take advantage of that. And while they were setting up, Ceara came out with who I found out to be her mother, and Sharon, they saw
some
each
more
other.
Gays, no,
right?
My God, if Shori had been there as well.
I said more gays.
No, sorry, Olivia had been there as well.
Williams.
Yeah, sorry. Why did I say that? But either one of them, either one. Yeah, I would have lost mind. But I was sat in the chairs by the front door at that stage again, and I'm writing questions. I'm like, play it cool. I'm trying to think of questions, like, and then I just hear out of the corner of my hearing, oh, and Rob's over here. That's Rob. And I was like, hi. Cool. That's how I felt. I said it anyway. I don't know if I actually said it like that, but I was like, hi. Yeah, went over, and then Sharon's wildly complimentary about what I do and other things, and I be proud of me when she was giving me all these compliments, like one of the leaders, blah blah, and the biggest, like pretty much the only person in the UK does like Wheel of Time stuff, and blah, runs a convention and things, and I said, yes, I am those things. Thank you. Yes, you I suppose that's that is how you would describe me.
That's great.
I took the compliment rather than played myself down.
Good for you.
So,
good.
Yeah.
Good.
And then we went and did an interview, and there's stuff that hit the cutting room floor because I was so flustered. I made a I did a few takes on things because I was still like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm talking to this woman who is even more beautiful in person than she is on screen, and she's like so sweet, like thrilled to talk to me. She's like, no, I'm excited. Like, this is great. I didn't,
That's so great.
Sharon then told me afterwards that she was just like, so how was that? I was like, Sharon, you cannot drop things like that on me. Like, oh my God. And she's like, I know, but it's fun, right? You know, like, she messaged me this morning to say she was coming in, and I was like, oh, would you do an interview with my friend Rob? And I was like, yeah.
It's so awesome. Oh my God.
Yeah, Sharon got a kick out of it for sure.
I'm sure she
great.
did.
That's great.
Very cheeky and wonderful of her all at the same time.
Yes.
Exactly. And I mean, also, I mean, you know, during the show running and Amazon holding the reins so tight about who can interview when for 35 seconds, blah, 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 blah. Like, there are no silver linings to the show getting canceled. I'm not calling this a silver lining. I'm not saying it is. But it is an opportunity that you know, even if this had happened organically and the show was still going on, Ceara might have been like, I can't do interviews about the show without Amazon's permission. You know, like, so what an amazing opportunity. And also then it becomes also, it doesn't have to be as formal as a real interview. You're being like, I don't even know why I'm here or what we're talking about. Probably was the most charming part of her day. Yeah, I'm sure she was just like, this is perfect. I love this.
Yeah, I totally I fluffed the intro and I was like, welcome to the fantasy. Like, we're here at the fantasy. I was like, no, it's fashion. So I'd do that again. And I even actually, when we okay, so this is one pit later cutting room floor. we went and figured out, we're going to stand in front of like the hero stand. So we're there, because then it's in the background, and then we can move to your cosplay, to the costume.
The one that she was in during
the archway,
right?
Yeah, during the acceptance test, the archway one. You know, and she was like, "That's great." And then I was literally like, "Right, okay, I've got to think of an intro." You know, like, what am I going to say to actually start the film? And that's actually, I'd already hit record at that stage because I was like, I just want to capture everything. And she laughed and she's like, "You're fine. Don't worry about it. Take your time. Like, it's all good." You know, it's like, I just felt
I'm not an actor.
Yeah, I just felt so. Flustered is the word. This is the footage we want to see.
That's true.
No,
we need an outtake reel. Yes, please.
I feel like
there's not a huge amount of outtakes. There's not a huge amount of outtakes.
Perk.
But yeah, I did have to read because I was like, "Welcome to the fantasy," and I was just like, "Oh no, sorry, I've done that wrong. I'll do that again." And I was like, then said it correctly, and she's just laughing and smiling, and you know, it's just like was totally chill about it. So yeah, it was very much dropped on me, and I was just like, "Sharon, you know," I mean, I'm never going to say no. Drop an interview on me with whoever. Of course, I'm not going to say no. But yeah, it was also like just, I could not believe that happened. So yeah.
And it probably wasn't so much that you needed time to prepare the material. It was like you needed time to prepare like your feelings,
your mental
brain.
state.
Yeah. Like, you know, when I met Marcus after the play he did in Manchester, like, we were like mentally like, Marcus is probably going to come out this door and talk to us. You know, like, so you're kind of like mentally ready for it. Like, you know, I had a vague idea of who was and wasn't in town. So if I ended up, you know, seeing them in the exhibition, it wasn't quite the shock it was going to be if we just, you know, bumped into them down the street here type thing. But yeah, like total out of the blue. And I was just like, yeah, I was mentally not ready for, and I'm not gonna lie, I said this during Threefold as well. I was, because obviously you have to look at the person you're interviewing, you know. So I was looking at her when she's answering the question, and I consciously remember, I was not doing those wide-eyed looks, but I do remember consciously like having to say to myself in my head, Rob, stop staring at her and listen to what she's saying so that you can answer. Because she's just,
yes.
Yeah.
Ceara she is Elaine. I remember everybody saying this before we ever saw her utter a word. And I had gone and listened to some like other acting jobs of her so I could like channel her voice when we did the Uno video, Megan, because I was singing as Elaine and I was trying to like find that higher pitched, like very clean, smooth thing. But she is like, she's royalty. I mean, there's
She
like,
is, yeah.
and it's interesting because like they talk about in the books, they talk about Maureen's high pitched bell like voice, but it's Ceara who has that. But she just her whole demeanor is so Elaine.
And
It's
just
so
warm.
like I'm
Like,
a
she
royal,
just
but I
seems
like
very warm.
yeah,
Yes.
I'm a royal, but I'm like of the people, and I want to talk to you, and I don't think of you as a farm boy. You fell into my garden, but I don't care. She's perfect.
Yeah.
She's perfect, and she is Elaine, and she is, and I think like that is who Ceara is. Like I get that impression that like Ceara as a human
feels
is
like
oh, I know that I'm perfect, and I didn't mean to be. I just came out this way.
Yeah. Like
I mean, not in a bad way. I mean that in the best way of like I was just built this way, and this is who I am. So let me share it with you.
Yeah, when she was like they went up to the desk to be like, hi, like we're in today. They were like, do you need tickets or do you have tickets? She's like, oh no, we have tickets. And she was chatting away and showing on a phone like something didn't scan, and she was like just warm the whole time dealing with someone just working in the exhibition. Like that's she had no idea who I was. I mean, obviously she must have seen me when she walked in, like there's two guys sitting on two chairs. But it's not like she had any idea who I was or the other guy. And Sharon's not around. There's nothing like that. That's just how she was. Just really a warm, genuine person who also happens to give off, the non-aloof, I'm better than you royalty vibes. And I was
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So so then I interviewed Sharon and came down from that experience.
I feel like when Rand fell into the garden, he also couldn't stop staring. I feel like it really was a Rand falling into the garden moment, Rob.
I
know that you're
God.
Perrin and Lan. I know that you're Perrin and Lan, and Rand is not necessarily your guy in terms of like main connection, but you were channeling Rand. In this moment.
I definitely felt a little bit like, that's actually next time I catch up with Sharon, that isn't like she wants like videos and things, so she can use them and such. When it's not something that's, I suppose, business related, you might go, I don't know, whatever. When it is just chit chat and be like, by the way, this. Now that I've looked back on it, this is kind of the moment you thrust me into. So you are the pattern in that moment, I'm going to say, tossing me off the brick wall and being like, hey, talk to this woman. So,
what a treat.
LBF's dropping some good stuff in the chat.
He is dropping good stuff in the chat. I did tell Kevin, I got the photo taken, which actually by that stage, one of the producers, Holger, had turned up because he'd been in and out all weekend. He's been helping with the exhibition, and he was just wandering around. I think he'd come to see the interview, perhaps. I'm not 100% sure, because it was literally like I chatted to her for like, I don't know, 7-8 minutes. It was super quick. Probably more like 5 or 6 actually, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It was like, can you take our photo? So it was like weird to be like, here's the producer of the TV show that she started and I'm a fan of, and just taking our photo. But then I put it in the chat. No one had any idea I'd gone to interview her in the chat. That was the best bit, because I'm thinking of questions, so I can't even process and tell people and deal with their reactions to say I'm going to interview Ceara Coveney. So I was just like trying to write questions and things and think of things, and also at the same time mentally compose myself. And then it went off and happened. So I hadn't had a chance to tell anybody whatsoever.
Yeah.
And so I just took that picture and I went, Kevin, the group chat for the people who've been to the weekend, threefold talk and three-wheeling chats. And I just sort of dropped that in there, and I was just like, this happened, And Kevin was just like, I don't think I've ever seen so many H's on a bra before. So, I was like, you and me both. I'm dead too. Like, yeah.
I feel like, so that like GIF or whatever where it's like the basketball game and everybody's like, like, I feel like that's how we all reacted.
Yes.
That's how we all reacted.
Some of the comments I got, let me see, the best comments I got from the group of us who went, because it was really, really funny what they said, some of them. Where is the chat? One moment. So they said, oh gosh, we've chatted a lot since then. So I put the poster in. I didn't even say anything. I just put the photo in, and they were instantly like, "I'm not insanely jealous. Really, my eye just normally twitches like that." Rob, I low-key hate you right now. How to make us all insanely jealous. We just want easy photo. And then I put in Sharon and organized for me to interview her, and then it's just like, dead people in an elevator, and have you message Kevin, and oh my god, it's happening GIF from The Office, and all sorts of things. And Kevin just lost his mind when I told him. But
yeah, I bet
I did mention Kevin. I said I'm going to have to tell my friend Kevin about this because he is a massive Elaine fan.
Well,
and
did you?
And she said
she knows him. I mean, she kind of knows him.
That's what I said. I was like, you have actually, I don't know if you remember this, but I said, but you have, when Amazon had you guys reading out like tweets and things like that on one of the videos one time, you did read Kevin Angus's tweet out about Elaine, and he just stopped existing for a while because he was so stunned about that, because he's a massive Elaine fan and a massive fan of your work doing her as Elaine, and she was like, oh no, I do remember that. Yeah, no, it's really sweet. I said, yeah, no, Kevin is like known as the Elaine fan, like he's cosplayed as Elaine and things like that. And she's just like, that's amazing, I love that. I said, yeah, he's also, if you haven't made the connection, he's the Trolloc guy as well. And she's just like, oh, cool. Like, I don't think she knew about that side of it.
Me? And he likes Trolloc nipples.
So I'm curious if she went and then did more research. But I did say to Kevin, I was like, we actually talked about you like after the interview.
So great. Good for you. Good for you.
So yeah, like Kevin was very excited.
She needs to go back and see Kevin's very, very prescient when we had was the one image of her in the room, and when he did the Elaine and Egwene video.
Oh yeah.
Like, you're my subject? What do you mean I'm your subject? Like that before any of us knew.
Exactly what it was.
It's line for line.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so funny. Like,
I just have to show you.
That's the stuff I would have had lined up.
This was me. The second you texted it, I copied
you sent it to David?
To David. And it was just like, it says Monday 8:58 a.m. I was just like, bam. And that's all I did. I didn't say anything else. Like he knew you were in Prague, and he knew that you were there looking at costumes and stuff, but I was just like, bam.
Like that shows it. That was, I had, I suppose, composed myself enough by the end of the interview because the quote interview was done. So I was like, okay, it doesn't matter now. I've recorded it. Like I can't do it again. Like whatever I said is whatever I said.
Yeah.
And, like it happens. But, so I think I relaxed a little bit then. So that's what made me be like, oh, can we get a photo together? But I clean forgot to get her to sign, like, my Wheel of Time book.
Dang it!
Oh, your book!
Yeah, because I forgot when I went to... Because I didn't have that out of my bag. Because I was like, I'm just chatting to Sharon, so I just had my recording equipment. And then he offered to put my bag behind the in the room, in the back room. Mm-hmm. Which was great. And then afterwards I was like, oh, I should go get that book. So I went and got it, but then there was no chance to actually where it was, a good moment to be like, really sorry, like we've already done a photo and interview, but like, can you sign it? Yeah. So I was like, well, I just have to hope one day I get to meet her again.
She's based out of London, right? You will.
I believe she's based in London. Yeah.
I think so.
She's English. I know that. So she's British. But yeah. So,
yeah.
But it just shows because, like, when Bjorn was on the street, I was so caught off guard that I didn't think, "Hey, can we grab a quick photo?" Like, just did not think about that at all. So,
or your book,
or my. Well, yes, I did have my book there. I didn't think about that. God
damn it, Rob!
Look, I'm just not.
Where's the bucket? Get the bucket.
Get the bucket. Yeah, where's the bucket?
Shame. Shame.
Well, it's just not my first thought to be like, I think was it on here we had that conversation where it's
we just want it to be organic and whatever.
Yeah. And I was just like, there are certain things where it feels kind of right to be like, hey, can we get a photo together?
Yeah, well, but look, you also like you walk a fine line, and Megan has been with me, when we've like run into people, in the
I never
too,
see anybody. Mom,
you
maybe.
You almost never see
I
anybody.
never see anybody.
Is Mom the lucky one?
Yes, she is.
So Meg's the third wheel this week because
yes, always.
Neither of us take you to meet famous people.
Mom and Jen got to meet Carrie Elways and have Carrie Elways sign their copy of As You Wish. And then they held a picture of me on a phone for the photo with Carrie Elways. And I wasn't there. I never meet anyone. I never met John Cho. I've never met Michael Ealy. I don't meet anyone. I am like kryptonite to celebrities.
By the way, folks, Megan is not bitter about this in the slightest.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Oh, Meg. Well, there we go. If I get to go to, because I'm still manifesting more Wheel of Time stuff, then you can be my +1. How's that, Meg?
Thank you. I mean, I have gotten to meet Guy Roberts and Sharon, so that that is my one thing I can claim. So,
and I am willing to bet you'll meet someone from the show next year at WhatCon. I'd be shocked if you didn't. Their faces now are brilliant.
Squeeze me.
Look, they're all free. Like, I'm sure Rosamund isn't going to. Rosamund said she's never doing conventions and things like that. That's not her thing. Right. But I remember Patrick Stewart saying he would never do that, and then he went to his first one and loved it.
Yeah, exactly. And our conventions aren't like those conventions.
No.
Exactly. That's very true. But I don't see, now that the show's done and everyone's available, I don't see Nabes not trying to track someone down.
I think that's true. I mean, I think that's
do you
highly
have
likely.
Information?
He doesn't. He
neither confirm nor deny information. I hear a lot of look.
LBF is like, wait, did you say WhatCon?
Look, full disclosure, I hear a lot of things from a lot of people. A lot of times I cannot repeat.
Yes,
so,
and those things are also always loose and changeable. So
absolutely, these things are loose and changeable. Like, if it's something that happened a year ago, like, that's different. I'm like, I just got the inside skinny on something. That's fine. I'm not saying I always get that. That's not the case. But on a couple of small things, I did get trusted with information. But yeah, like rumors of like what may happen next year and shit like that. Then like they're rumors. So but I'd be shocked if Nablus didn't try and get someone that we would all love to see at the. I'm trying for MalkieriCon. I have 2 people interested in coming. It's a case of like, can we afford them and are they available?
Yeah.
So like, I'd be shocked if you didn't get to add to that list next year. Is what I'm saying, Meg. So. It's not gonna be Rosamund. She doesn't do conventions. So
if it were Maddie, I would die.
I mean, Megan wants it to be Maddie.
I want it to be Maddie. I mean, although she's probably the hardest one to get there because she's all the way. She can fly with Koala.
The cost.
Oh my God! They would be playing like Wheel of Time cards on the plane. Like I can see it.
I could see Maddie actually having a lot of fun with that. Yes.
I mean, I think Maddie was the first one to read the whole series, wasn't she?
No, it was
no. She was behind Yosha. I mean,
Yosha. Yeah.
No, yeah, but Maddie finished it.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, she definitely got a good chunk of the way through. I would say at least.
I think I'm pretty sure she finished it.
I think
was almost
there was
done
some
with it in season 1.
I think it was.
I thought she and Zoe stopped when they started getting past where their characters were because they didn't want to be informed.
Nah, maybe that actually. Yeah, Zoe definitely did that. I think Marcus did that too. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, yes, it would be hilarious. I could just see her and Koala playing cards against. What's that game called?
Questioners Seeking Dark Friends.
That's a question.
You. I know. I was like,
I had like Cards Against Wheel then for some reason. I was like, that doesn't sound right at all. So yeah,
Cards Against White Cloaks.
Cards Against White Cloaks. I mean, yeah, fair. Yeah. Do you have any other questions from the weekend? I feel like I've talked most of the time.
No, I love it. That's what we wanted.
Of course you haven't. This is what it was supposed to be. What an amazing trip.
It was, just such a great trip. I love Prague. There is another, so I've released the interview that I did with Ceara, I released the interview I did with Sharon. There will be another interview probably coming Monday or Tuesday, depending on how I manage to get to with editing. Earlier today, folks, I got to sit down and chat to like Blinded for if it doesn't work, reenact it and do the voices. Oh my God. That's hilarious. I'm not sure that I could do Rob Goodwin's voice justice. But yeah, basically I'm trying to encourage people that were at the exhibition this past weekend to do interviews. Not necessarily with me, just to do interviews about it to help promotion, to help the exhibition do well. And I sat down this morning with Rob Goodwin and we chatted for about 40 minutes or so, about a lot of things, really. Like, Rob had a great time, and he shared some really, really fun insights about the experience and just what it's been like for him. And just, yeah, some wonderful moments that it's been for him doing Wheel of Time. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
So, fingers crossed. There are other things I know they're hoping to do for the exhibition, so hopefully those things come to fruition. Because, yeah.
And it runs for 2 more weeks?
It runs for a fraction of 2 weeks. The last day is December 5th, which is a Friday. So if you're listening to this on release day, it is like 9 days away.
Yeah.
It's when it finishes up.
Get thee to Prague.
Yes. And I know that there will be, I cannot guarantee when or who. So I'm being very clear about that. But I know that there are other casts going at other dates. Right up to, the end of it, like in the last week and things like that. So
yeah, so keep watching it on the socials.
Yeah, keep watching on the socials. You might see people
Laura,
posting,
it is your job to make sure that you keep us updated while you are there.
I may have texted Laura, been like, "Hey, I heard the X person is going. Probably while you're there." So
is Laura going in cosplay? In her cosplay?
I would imagine she would.
I think she's taken some things, but I don't think she's going to be there. I think she's got like 4 or 5 tickets at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to be there every single day in cosplay, but I'm sure she'll go there in one of those days. So, weirdly enough, now that we've spoke enough, the thing is downloaded.
All right.
So,
all right.
Maybe I can actually like play it now and for us to enjoy. It's loading up. Yeah, I think it's going to work. Okay. So share the audio so you can hear it. Let's go.
Show that.
I really hope it continues to be a success and it's able to go on tour and things like that. I'm willing to give up. I'll take a month off work and come help you set up. I'm not a mannequin dresser. Like, I don't have those skills.
You said you're going to be a mannequin.
I'll be a mannequin.
You're going to wear.
I'll be one of parents' mannequins. Absolute champ, yeah.
We'll give you a little chair to sit down on so you're not stood up for the whole 10 hours.
They had a Death Watch guard wandering around Prague.
I know.
So yeah, I could do that, but in the gallery. We're not going to take it out into the street.
Yeah, no, it's a bit cold at this time of year. If it's summer, you can do it. But it depends if they take and tour this exhibition. You can depends on where they go. Let's hope they do that. But
that would be amazing.
Then we can we can make it work.
I love that. Okay, wait, I'm going to take it a step farther. I want Rob to be a mannequin sitting in the exhibition, and then someone walks up and you move, and then they freak out.
I mean, I would love that.
It goes back to your haunted house days, right?
Yes.
Like, oh God, but you need to put me in something that hides my face so people don't realize I'm a real person.
Exactly.
The Death Watch guard does that.
The
any Shanshan?
Yeah. Any of the Shanshan type ones, that's all the Shanshan ones, that would be great.
You could be in Surath's costume.
That is actually the costume that Sharon would steal if she could steal any of the costumes.
That's fucking
so
phenomenal.
amazing. It's so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
it's so amazing.
So yeah, there's a fun little stab of silly moments we were chatting with. Like Rob's just great to talk to. So yeah.
That's so great. Yeah, and his work is so phenomenal, so phenomenal.
Like he talks about the history of his job, like how he got into what he currently does, and things, and it's really something. Live chat, sorry folks.
With the red veil, oh my God, yes.
We want to put Rob in Leandrin's Tenchico outfit.
Yeah, that's the live comment.
Yes, LBF, that is
I'm
the way to
very,
do it.
very sure that I am not the same size as Kate Fleetwood. But
that image will never leave my brain now.
Amazing.
Well, we know you have a Manvana hat already. We could just put you in one of Savannah's.
Oh my God. Amazing. Right. We will be back in 2 weeks, folks, but you're going to be able to catch us on recording day rather than like only patrons on recording day, because in 2 weeks it is What a Holiday.
Woo!
And if you don't know what a Holiday is, it's the annual charity drive that I put together along with some other folks. We do 24 hours of 24 different shows in theory of just different creators and fans getting together to to raise money for good funds. This year we're charity driving for Prague Shakespeare Company, because we love Guy, and as a thank you to Sharon for all the work she's put in between seasons, post seasons, the exhibition, things like that. I asked Sharon if there is a charity that she would like us to help support, and she's chosen magicbreakfast.com, which is a kids charity. Not a cancer charity, kids charity that makes sure that children that don't have access to proper meals can at least get a good breakfast to start their day. So those are our two main charities that we'll be supporting. We'll see what we get and what we can give out to people. So
do we want to talk about what we're doing?
Yeah.
Sure.
I was going to hand that over to you, Meg, and to be like, yes, and you can see us there, but Meg will tell you what we're doing, because Meg is the boss on this one.
I'm not the boss on this one.
You're the boss.
If it works, Meg can take all the credit, and when it flops, we'll give her all the credits. So, it's not going to flop, people. It's not going to flop.
It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be fucking brilliant.
It's
so Meg is
so
really,
fun.
Meg slayed it, people, so.
Yes.
So we're doing a team up with my favorite podcast, other than us.
Your second favorite
You better
podcast.
put that other than us.
Yes, second favorite. Yes, of course. So for the first hour, we are hosting, but the talkies will also be on with us. We should probably just make sure I've said that in the chat, but I feel like I haven't had confirmation from them, so maybe we should.
No, I think that's their intention. Yeah.
Okay.
Joe said yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and if they don't turn up, then they can't argue about what scene we wrote and who they're going to play.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, truly, Jen and Tom probably don't know that that's what's happening.
Yeah, it's
I know.
probably just Joe.
That's
It's probably
happening.
just Joe who knows
Yeah.
that.
No shade. I'm out here not knowing what the hell is going on too.
So in the first hour, so we're going from 9 to 10. So What a Holiday starts at 7 or 8.
So the committee kicks off at 7:30, so we can do like a pre-opening a full 24 hours of 8 to 8, and then we'll wrap up 30 minutes afterwards as well.
Okay.
Or maybe 45, depends how things go.
Okay, so we'll be so we'll have the half hour opening, and then I think Lauren is doing the first
there's like a little
hour.
hour to kick us off with. And then we'll be in the second hour starting at 9 p.m.
Yep. So Three Willing be hosting at 9 from 9 to 10 with the talkies as they show up. And then so we're writing a scene for a future episode. So ways that you can donate is you can help us decide the scene. You can
maybe. Let me just.
Okay,
Because
maybe
we might have some idea of where the scene is going to start, so that Jennifer can pre-write.
I thought we were writing during it, but okay. We will talk about this later. So maybe this will be worked out.
I keep dropping
later.
in chat what scene. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. All right.
And then you could suggest characters, locations, additional situations, and whatever as we write the scene.
We may have three preloaded, and if you donate, you can vote or something. We might have a few preloaded ideas, and then
maybe they can spin a wheel of suggested characters, scenarios.
I don't know. Yeah,
Okay. We'll figure that out.
Okay,
We got 2 weeks, people.
we definitely have to plan this out. Okay.
Yeah.
And then other ways you can donate, which these are non-negotiable because these are about me. You can. I'll have a giant cup that you can fill with whatever you want. So. $10 adds half
as
an
long
ounce.
as Megan has it in stock. She's not going to
true.
run off and buy it, folks. So,
That's true. Yes. Although, I mean...
It's a big
have
stock.
Many
She's showing
things in stock. Many things in stock.
A very... Wow, I didn't realize it was quite that in-depth. Okay.
It is very
impressive selection.
So, $10 adds half an ounce of your choice of liquor or liqueur. $5 adds a half ounce of your choice of mixer. And then so that will be all throughout the entire first hour. And then whatever the hell is in that cup, I will be drinking it during the second hour while we're reading the scene. And then also...
and then we act out the scene.
Yes. And then $50 will, you can decide, I want a personal cocktail with this character or this thing. And Meg makes a cocktail, a water cocktail to whatever you want. And then I'll put it in the Instagram reel and all that stuff. And then the largest donation wins the 2025 Water Cocktail book. So that's the first.
If you don't
hour.
know, we did. We had one last year, which went to Laura, did it?
Yes.
Yes, it did go to Laura.
Yeah. So Rob is showing the Water Cocktail recipe book. Yep. And it's already looking like it's going to be bigger than last year because I think we had more episodes this year than last year.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, I think last year we it also caught up with our break that we took. So this will definitely be a bigger book.
And then this year we also had season 3, right?
Yeah.
So
we did
and we were doing
episodes.
episodes
we did every week. Yeah.
So there's way more recipes in this year's.
Yeah,
And
the
then-
2026 book will probably be smaller as a result then, because there's no season to get us
Although
going
for
with extra episodes.
2026, I'm thinking I'm going to do a Forsaken series of Wada cocktails. So like a cocktail for each Forsaken. So
Oh my God, each Forsaken, and can we do the EF5, the bad EF5?
Yeah.
ooh, yeah, that would
Based
be
on their
fun.
costumes and like what they're the vibes
I like
they're
that.
giving.
And like for those that I can, I'll make sure that I'll send it to them directly. But like, we made you a cocktail for your Forsaken outfit, you know? Like,
Yes, I will
yes,
have
yes.
to ruminate on that. And then the second
time.
hour, and then the second hour with the talkies from 10 to 11. So we will be reading that scene that we write in the first hour, and then ways you can raise funds will be like you can assign a podcast or a specific role from the screenplay, $10 mid-read to request a character to have a specific accent, which we will try to horribly
so bad for me.
do.
Oh my God.
And then you
And-
could do more money and like have everybody switch roles to really fuck things up in the middle of everything. So
Yeah.
just causing chaos essentially. So yeah. That's it.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
I'm just envisioning some of this and I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be, I think it's going to be a very successful couple of hours.
Yeah. And yes, the talkies and us will be cold reading the script. So what we need to do is a scene that has at least 6 characters because
Yes.
we want to all at least have one character. But if there's more than 6, that's fine. We'll double up. We can swap out as it is. And you know, like the more I think about it, maybe Meg, it'll be fine. I'll just like not be involved really. Well, I mean, I will be involved, but I'll just be writing. I know, but if I'm writing the whole thing, that's why I was like, if we pre-figure out a couple of things, I can have some of the like. Whatever. It's going to be more fun to
We
have
can
people
work
like
out a
decide
base
what
for
it
the
is.
scene, definitely.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe we can have a location.
I don't want to leave people like, because we're if we maybe we should have done like 1 hour and then a block between and then another hour after because like someone else in the middle so I could actually write it. But
I mean,
it'll
maybe
be fine.
I could ask if people want to move and the talkies come back.
No, because I don't think we can do it that late for Meg anyway. So it's fine. It's fine.
fair
Well, and the talkies are on East Coast time too. So.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's all good. It's all good.
Maybe we could
I-
go an
I-
hour earlier and then move What Idol to the 9 o'clock slot.
Oh, we could. No, because they're going to want to lead off with What Idol. But that is a possibility. We could ask Lauren about us going at 8 and then jumping in and then taking
As
a
you
break.
can see, folks, we've
think.
got this perfectly worked out already. So
Which
Let me
will
think
just
about-
lead for great entertainment.
I'm going to do a little trial run. I'm going to have Megan get on the phone with me, or maybe Megan and David, and like give me like, okay, and then what if this happens? And like see if, I mean, I write really fast. It's fine, but
And you
it's
do
just
type very fast.
I do, but I want it.
Also,
whatever.
I mean, well,
I want it to be good.
Yeah.
And not just like the dialogue will be good and it'll be fun and silly and ridiculous, but I also want like the action lines to be funny and interesting and good. So it's fine. We'll figure it out.
we can.
All right,
I
sorry.
can hang out if you want to chit chat about it now. Like,
yeah.
Maybe.
not like
Maybe
on the
first
recording, by the way,
Right,
folks.
right,
Like,
right.
you know, yeah.
Thank you, those of us who are listening to me go on about how I'm like,
This is the patron perk. Like, you know, this is the type of
That's
stuff
right.
that I end up cutting out. So yeah.
yes,
You know?
exactly.
But yeah,
Jen
What
furiously
Holiday.
typing into the teleprompter is probably better than most scripts. Oh,
This is so
thank
true.
you, LBF.
This is
I
so
love you.
true. Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's in 2 weeks, folks. Don't forget, you can still get your Snacc Water calendar for 2026, featuring Daniel Henney this year. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Those will be revealed during What a Holiday. But I am going to put out something this week, so before this recording, probably before this recording comes out, showing you the poses that we are recreating this year. We have got some epic photos of the people who
Can't
put together.
wait.
Yeah, some that are just like really fun interpretations of the photos, some where it's just like, you know, my God, did Daniel Henney retake the photo type thing? Honestly, a couple of them, I'm just like, whoa, okay, super impressive, you know, like,
Nice.
yeah, honestly, the mix is really, really good. So,
Great.
yeah, that'll be revealed, and yeah, we're just gonna have a lot of fun. The listings are up. You can go to my to my YouTube channel. You'll see them there. If you don't see your creator that you want to see in there listed, please hit them up to give me a buzz, or tell me to chase them up so we can get them in, because we still have a few spaces available. So you can still squeeze them in if you want them. But I think that's about it. So,
or if you yourself would like to run an hour. Yeah,
if you feel like running an hour, absolutely hit me up. Like, we have the wolf, the wolf. What do they call it? The waking up wolves. I think they've called it. Waking up wolves. We've got Wolf Brother and Silvertooth. They hosted an hour last year, and they were like, we'd love to come back and do another one. And yeah, last year was their first one for them. So yeah, they'll be there 9 a.m. on the Sunday. So and well, I have giveaways. I still have. I can't believe I didn't mention this when I was talking about it. I have, from the season 3 premiere.
Wait, was that the one that was supposed to go to Laura?
No. The one that was supposed to go to Laura went to Laura. I gave it to Laura.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, I still have one. Okay,
I was making sure.
No, this was counted for. This was accounted for. So technically, I have 2 of these. But this is because one of them is to give away while holidays. So, folks, I'm showing on screen the poster of Rosamund Pike that was given out to all the folks that attended the season 3 premiere, and that Rosamund signed in a beautiful gold pen that I had Sharon Gillam also sign at WattsCon earlier this year. There's 3 of these posters in existence. In terms of having both signatures on. I gave one away at I didn't give it away, sorry. We auctioned one off at MalkieriCon, and I haven't exactly decided how you're going to be qualified to enter for this, but there will be a giveaway for this poster at What a Holiday. And again, a video describing that will be coming out soon, because it went for a good chunk of change at MalkieriCon. It's a very valuable poster in my book. So, yeah. Lots to go. But yeah, I think that's it. So, see you in 2 weeks, everyone.
See ya.
Well, less if you're listening, actually. Sorry.
Shame! Just had to close it with that.
Wow. Patrons will see you in 2 weeks. Listeners will see you in just over a week. So, yeah. Bye!
Bye! Once again, we've proven that even when you're the third wheel,
you can always find a place to fit in.
Join us next time.
On Three Wheeling.
On Three Wheeling.
On Freewheeling.